Hello, Assalamu alaikum guys. Welcome to my channel, Supershot TV here. And today I actually made the video moments ago actually about cricket. So anyways, now I'm going to talk a bit about the fight which is has been rumored for, since I think a month or so. Well, they've been talking about it a week ago, which is not Manny, Danny Garcia and Mikey Garcia. Danny Garcia, the American Puerto Rican fighter, and Mikey Garcia, the American Mexican fighter. So it's obviously, historical rivalry. The Latino community in America. I mean, it's a big pay-per-view fight. Both fighters with large fan bases. It's gonna be, if it does happen, it's gonna be, epic in terms of in terms of the amount of people they will, you know, basically encourage to basically buy the pay-per-view. The people which they will pull to, be a part of the event, whether it's buying the pay-per-view or going to the fight in person. So anyways, I think this is a weird fight, to be quite fair. I mean, styles, they say styles make fights, and so they're both Garcia, so I'm not gonna call them by their surname. But Mikey has, I'm gonna refer to them from their, as their first name. Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia. So it's not confusing for you guys. So Mikey Garcia is a good boxer, good puncher, good power, sharpshooter, counter puncher. He's not very quick, but he has good combination punching, good boxing IQ. You could look at his record. It's great. Not as many names apart from recently he's fought Errol Spence, but I mean, apart from highlights, to be quite honest, I wasn't really following his career before the Errol Spence match. So I knew he was highly regarded as one of the best pound for pound guys, future superstars, but he was in the lighter divisions, and it was actually quite surprising when he excuse me, when he did decide to move up to the welterweight division. But obviously he got defeated. He lost convincingly. Shutout performance by Errol Spence, brilliant performance. People thought he would knock him out, but no, you know what he did? He beat Mikey Garcia in his own game. You could say he outboxed him, which I think some people might have thought that, okay, Mikey Garcia has a chance against Errol Spence. How? By being careful, by applying effective pressure and boxing smartly, not recklessly. They thought Errol Spence would be more reckless, would try to, do the job as fast as possible, knock him out, just run through him and collect the paycheck. But no, he boxed smartly, beautifully, and we saw a new layer to his game. We knew he was a good boxer, but now he is. We knew he was a good body puncher, good boxing IQ, just big, solid, great fundamentals. But in that fight, he was slick. He used his size, imposed his size on Mikey Garcia, and it was just amazing. So anyways, I'm not trying to bash Mikey Garcia on this performance. He's a great fighter, but it was just too much. The weight difference, and Errol Spence himself is you know what they say, a great little guy would always lose to a great big guy. So that's what it was. They were both great in their respectful weight divisions. Mikey and lightweight, and he also went up to 140 light welter, faced Broner, I think, in that division. Errol Spence in welterweight beat Kell Brook in UK. And since then, he's been regarded as the best welterweight because by most boxing boxing geeks, nerds, whatever you want to call them, historians, boxing experts, you could say. So, anyways, and Danny Garcia, I've been actually following him since the Amir Khan fight because that's, I think, what put his name on the map. That's what made him relevant. Though before then he did beat Eric Morales in a war-ish fight. Like, I remember the first fight was a war. It was epic. It was really good. And though he won that convincingly, Eric Morales put up a good fight, you know. And then he had a rematch. He beat him even more convincingly. So, Garcia was the heavy favorite against Amir Khan. I don't know about the Eric Morales fight, but he was heavy favorite against Amir Khan, and he, proved the doubt. Proved that no, he wasn't actually that like he shouldn't have been such a big underdog in that fight. He proved that he has a good boxing brain, good power counter punching ability. He's a patient fighter, and we saw that in the Amir Khan fight back in 2012, where Amir Khan was throwing a 2-3 punch combo. Uppercut he was throwing with the hook or something like that. It was just way off. It was nowhere near him, missing by inches, I think. And then Garcia landed that wide left hook. And he probably practiced to land that punch. I wouldn't say it was a lucky shot, because that's a lot of people say. No, Garcia has been doing this since, he was a little kid. Little boy. This is what he was this is what he's learned his entire life by his dad or whoever. So he trained for that fight. We've seen in other fights as well. He sometimes he puts his head down, so look at his opponent, and he just throws that shot, and he's accurate. So it wasn't a wild shot. Anyway, since then, after that, he faced Judah, he faced Eric Morales again, faced Matisse, beat them all, had a few shaky performances against Peterson, but he beat him as well against Herrera, Humus, what's his first name? I forgot. Surname is Herrera, last name Herrera. So beat Herrera. A lot of people thought he lost, but got the win, got the job done. He then moved up to beat a couple of less caliber fighters as tune-up fights. And you can't not every fight can be a tough fight. I mean, he's done so much, and he was the underdog, and he was supposed to lose, but yeah, he became unified champion at 140 and moved up, beat Malignaggi, beat Robert the Ghost Guerrero, and he became the WBC champion. I think became one of the champions, and then he faced Keith Thurman, lost in a close fight, fought again against Sean Porter, lost again. He obviously had a couple of other tune-up fights in between the Malignaggi and Thurman fight. Probably for the Porter fight, he fought someone as well. Lost that in a close fight as well. And then he fought Adrian Granados, and that was a really, really, really good win. He looked sharp in that fight. He stopped that fighter, and he's never been stopped before. He faced Adrian Broner, gave him hell. Adrian Granados, I hope I'm pronouncing his name properly. And so yeah, Garcia, though he's had a couple of defeats lately, he's had a brilliant career, nothing to be ashamed of. Lost against the best. He's an overachiever, you could say. I mean, you look at him and he doesn't look special. He's not the fastest, not the best counterpuncher. He's not even the most strongest fighter, but he's overall solid. Number one, he has a great chin, good boxing brain. He's patient. He's not the quickest, not the fastest, but he is really accurate. He's not a wild swinger, but he's effective in his power punches he throws. And though he has slow feet, his counter punching ability makes up for it. And I've received a notification, which is fine. So anyways, I think this, yeah, so I said before, intriguing match. Intriguing match styles, they mix and match really well, probably. But I think Garcia might be too much. I'm talking about Danny Garcia, by the way, the bigger guy, the guy who's, yeah, he's saying that I might I need to move up to a couple of fights and then I'll move up to 154, flipping out. It's a big. I mean, imagine what sort of difference would that be? A lightweight and a junior middleweight. You could imagine, kind of like the Amir Khan and Billy Dib difference, but except Mikey Garcia is, he wasn't a retired fighter and he's a much high caliber fighter, more elite than Billy Dib ever was, I think. But similar weights, he's probably one weight division higher than him. His natural weight, which is lightweight, I think. So, and Billy Dib was feather, super feather. Yeah. So anyways, I think Garcia, excuse me, Garcia would probably knock him out. Don't know in which round, maybe in the late stoppage, mid-round stoppage, you could say. But I would, I would really be shocked. Though Mikey Garcia has shown a good chin, but the game plan, against Errol Spence, he showed a good chin. Okay, you can take a lot of big punches, but a much bigger guy boxing against a much bigger guy, throwing heavy punches, throwing leather, smaller guy. But Errol Spence's game plan in that fight was to be slick, was to outbox him, was to use range and movement against Mikey Garcia. So, maybe Errol Spence probably thought that, people expect me to knock him out. Let's outbox this guy. Let's do something which people don't expect me to do. And that's what he did. And he was successful in doing that. So I don't think Danny Garcia, because he has slow feet. Good job, slowish feet. I don't think he can outbox. I mean, we'll have to see. But he's definitely more stronger than him. More powerful. And I don't think Mikey Garcia has the power to hurt him in any way. Garcia has been hit by Keith Thurman. He's been hit by heavy punches of Keith Thurman, and he just absorbs those brick hammer fist, hammer heavy-handed shots like no problem. He may buckle a bit, he may show like, okay, I got hit, time to go on my little shell. But obviously everyone does that. In Lucas Matisse fight, he got hit by a punch by Lucas Matisse, which sent his mouthpiece flying. So obviously fighters get hurt, fighters get tagged cleanly at times. And that happens, but he's never been down, Danny Garcia, which is amazing. He's been hit by some of the biggest explosive fighters, being Amir Khan. How fast does he fight? How flipping speedy, and he has good power as well. Lucas Matisse, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter. He's been down. No, he's flipping. I mean, he's done really, really well against those fighters. Porter is just messy and outworked him probably, but Garcia was the much cleaner fighter, clearly. And yeah, so this is my prediction. This is my thoughts on the fight, and you could say somewhat of a prediction video as well. And yeah, I hope to make more videos. Please do subscribe to my channel, Supershot TV. Do give me a thumbs up, comment in the video, share the video, and I will love to see you guys later. Peace, take care, and stay cool, safe. Bye, dudes.